It's been a day. It's 5:20, and we've had the painters here painting the back double doors, kitchen door, and the windows upstairs, 3 windows upstairs. The exterior, which didn't get done last year, so it's a year since they were here. And sort of stuff got in the way. We went away, and time went on, and they've been really busy, and so here they are painting. And it was so cold when we woke up this morning. It was 3 Celsius, so it was cold because we'd got doors and windows open, and we've been sort of holed up in Mark's room for most of the day. He's got a radiator on in there, and it's quite a small area to heat, so it was quite warm in there. But he came in here about an hour ago and lit the fire. I said, "Can you light the fire for me?" It's on it's where it would normally be. I wonder whether he's turned it down. It could do with turning up, because we're now left with the double doors open slightly. We can't close those, and with the shutters closed, and the same with the back door. So it's not as snug in here, and the top windows are open. So there's a curtain at that opening between here and the hallway, and it's not blowing, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it's been cold. We popped down to Leclerc, and I bought myself a washing up bowl. That was my wedding anniversary present. We bought a bowl. We didn't have a bowl that would fit in the new sink. The bowl we were using was one from the bathroom, and it was just pokey. But the problem is, when you go into the shops here, the choice is quite limited, and it never changes. So, for instance, the bowls in Intermarché, I mean, the bowl I've been using from the bathroom, I've had a long time, and I must have bought it in Intermarché because they're doing the same pattern. It's the same colour and the same style, and a bigger one would have been too big, and I didn't want that again anyway. So I said, well, we'll just go and have a look whilst we were in Leclerc. There was stuff I needed. So we went and had a look in there, and we found an inoffensive washing up bowl, I should say. So it's not so blingy. It's almost a pale green. It's almost a similar colour to the kitchen, and it's a good fit. It's round and the sink is square, but it fits the sink well, and it means you can get more in it width-wise, because the other one was, you couldn't, if you're doing a big tray or something, you couldn't really wash it up. So that was that. Cockerel needs to go to the vets. I saw a glimpse of his leg about an hour ago when I was out in the garden, whilst he was wandering around. Obviously I can't see it properly. I will bathe it tonight and oil it again. We've got art tomorrow afternoon, so we won't be able to take him tomorrow, so it'll have to be, I'll make an appointment and we'll take him Friday. But yeah, it looks quite red, the bit that I saw, which is a shame. I don't know. I'm sure it's something that the vet can remedy. It's just a shame, really, that he's got a sore leg. I don't know what it is. There was a reason I started. Oh, that was it. There was a reason that I started this vlog. I've been watching, as I've mentioned before, I've been watching Holly the Cafe Boat, which are the Victor and Joanna, who gave up their executive jobs with Channel 4 and started living on or did they carry on living on the narrowboat and working? Anyway, they stopped working for Channel 4, and they make vlogs, and they renovated the second narrowboat and made it into a cafe. She does amazing cakes, and did I mention this the other day? I really miss the odd time when I sort of say, I'll make a cake, or I miss making the sourdough, but having stopped sugar, making a cake is a silly thing. It's like when I went to Jo yesterday, I said to her, normally, under the circumstances, I would have stopped and bought us a cake each to have with a cup of tea, but I didn't. I bought her a plant, because I said to her, I said, well, I can't have cake, and it seems wrong to come and give you sugar. It's not a good thing. Here, have some sugar. I can't have some because we all know that sugar's not good for you. So that's why I bought her a plant. So I'm missing those rare occasions because they would only be allowed once every month. Maybe I'd make a cake. And I'm missing that, and I'm missing making bread. I'm not missing eating bread, and it doesn't bother me, but it's the whole process that I'm missing. So yeah, so I watch Jo on the cafe boat making cakes and thinking, oh, I'd like to do that. She makes a lot of lemon drizzle cakes, and she's very good with cakes. I'm not a great cake maker. Some people are just good, you know, their sponges rise. Mine never really rise very much, but the lemon drizzle cake I used to make was a Mary Berry one, which was just chuck it all in your food blender. They're the sort of cakes I make. Chuck it all in together and mix it up. That works for me. None of this get all your butter and sugar fluffy and white and then gradually, you know, I'm not very good at that. Anyway, I'm talking about them because I'm watching them randomly now. I've still got loads of stuff of theirs that I haven't watched, and I'm watching them travel through Europe. And they're travelling through Europe, and they have their son now, William, and in these vlogs that I'm watching, he's probably about 15 months old, and he was being carried in a baby carrier or toddler carrier. Dad was carrying him. I was going to say front facing, but he was facing into Dad, which is really how you should carry babies if they're in a carrier. Is, you know, for their hips, they need to be able to curve around you rather than have their hips forced out like this in a carrier with their being face frontwards. Anyway, so he's in the carrier and he's asleep and he's like that. And I just sat thinking how fabulous that is, to be able to be held, to be secure, to be attached, and to not have to worry, to feel safe and held, and not have to worry. What a lovely upbringing that is, and of course that wasn't my experience of being parented, and I'm sure most of you who watch my vlog who are a similar age to me, it probably wasn't your experience either. And actually, my kids didn't have that. I tried with Jo a little late in the day with her. I bought, it was called Easy Rider, and I bought a baby carrier, but it was a little late in the day for her, and she just didn't want it or like it, and rejected it, and just cried and resisted and whatever. So she didn't get carried like that, and I don't even think I tried with Phil. But I just think it's lovely to see really lovely parenting. It's lovely to see people really parenting their babies well. It's it made me not sad. It moved me to see and think about how safe this child felt and feels with his parents, and how lucky he is. So that's why I started vlogging. I thought, well, I'll talk about that. Somebody mentioned in the Nestle Maggie short vlog about the baby milk saga some years back. I mean, that's why we won't touch Nestle, but Nestle hides stuff, or you need to really be on top of it to know who, you've got there's a big poster somewhere I used to share that showed you the companies, Kellogg, Nestle, who else, and who they own, and it goes down, there's this family tree of all these companies that are owned by, Nestle do the coffee machine, I can't even remember the name of it, the one that George Clooney advertised. Incredibly popular coffee machine, but I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole because it's Nestle. I had the same response to years ago to, we were drinking a lot of fizzy water, which isn't expensive here. fizzy water's not expensive here, but I just thought it's probably cheaper to buy a soda stream. And when I tracked it back, it had initially been owned by Israel, and it just for me did not fit. I don't think it is owned by them now, or it's been sold on, but it didn't fit for me that they were selling a machine, or they had created a machine that made lovely fizzy water for those of us that can have water whenever we want, when they were withholding water from the Palestinians. It just, I couldn't, like, no, not going to touch that. So I know about Nestle. We always avoid where possible, and sometimes I'm not thinking and I pick something and I think, oh, I need some yogurt, I'll get some yogurt, and it comes and it goes in the shop, on the online shopping, and it's like, oh, fuck, it's Nestle. But yeah, I didn't realise Maggie was Nestle. I didn't realise Maggie put sugar in stock cubes either. I will be more watchful in future. So today I made, despite us living in a bit of a chaotic, cold house, I wanted to go out. I had said to Mark, can we go out to eat? Just because we were up early. I was up at 6 and I'd had 6 hours sleep. So I was feeling tired, and I've got quite a bit of pain today that I'm not really getting on top of, and I wanted to go out to eat. So we sort of thought that we were going to go out to Lelucas, and then I don't know, when it was about 9:45, I said to him, actually, I bought cauliflower yesterday, big cauliflower. I can do cauliflower cheese and a pork chop or something. So I got the pork chops out and defrosted them in cold water, and I made cauliflower 2 ways. Because it was so big, I was able to make 2 thick cauliflower steaks, and I made cauliflower cheese. And I'm using rice flour to make white sauce with, and it doesn't, I wouldn't know. I can't tell the difference between rice flour and normal flour. I think the sauce it makes is better. It whisks in more easily. It doesn't go as lumpy as flour. So I had rice flour when I was making sourdough, because it doesn't stick. So you can use it to flour your bannetons, and then the bread doesn't stick to those, and then you can use it to put over your loaf to give that white pattern on your loaf. If you're going to put a pattern on it, you put the rice flour on. So I had it for that. I've never bought it or used it before, and I didn't realise that it would make a good white sauce. And I've been thinking, and I'm going to try that I will make a batter with it to do. I've got white fish in the freezer, and I think I will use it and make a batter with it maybe tomorrow. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. And I'm about to go and I hard-boiled eggs, some eggs this morning as well. I started multitasking. I'm ahead of myself now. So I'm going to make a salad. And I bought spring onions in Leclerc, and the choice of spring onions here is here where I live. I mean, it might be different in the cities. It might be different, if you live further north. But you can't get spring onions here the way that you buy them in the UK. So the ones that you buy in the UK are good size. They're the right size. That's because I've come from the UK. But the ones here are like really big. So they've got really big ones, or they've got these really thin ones that look like they need to be replanted and carry on growing. So they were either too small or too big. But as I bought the big ones, I'll just chop up one. So that's what I'm going to do in a minute. It's 25 to 6, so I do need to do it because I'm meant to close my window at 6. There's loads of flies everywhere. They've all come in, and they're upstairs as well because it's all open upstairs, and it's pointless doing anything about it because they'll be back. Well, it won't be them that's back because Mark will kill these, and then we'll start all over again with a fresh lot tomorrow. So I'm hoping that he can just put up with them if they don't bother us too much, but they are a pain in the arse. Okay, so, and I bought strawberries. So we're having strawberries and cream. I'm not a strawberry, I don't go mad for strawberries, but once a year maybe, or twice a year, I might buy strawberries. I bought strawberries, So we'll have strawberries and cream for supper. So I need to get on with it. So you're holding me up now. So anyway, there we go. That'll do. It's annoying, this one. I can't pause it. It's on my Mac. So I'm going off to do salad. See you later.